Welcome to the Back Porch Top Podcast. I'm your coach Jason.
Your host, Danny.
Fans, we got a full show for you today. The end of the NBA season has occurred. The NBA playoffs are upon us. A little Masters talk, a little Major League Baseball. But first, Danny, right into the end of the NBA season. But before we get into it, fans, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and like, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and tell a few friends about the show. We need the algorithms, the algorithm. Danny, the end of the NBA season, regular season is upon us, has happened, and we move forward to the NBA playoffs and where the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference secures the number one seed. Boston Celtics at 2, New York Knicks at 3, Cleveland Cavaliers at 4, Toronto Raptors at 5, Atlanta Hawks at 6. The play-in tournament, 76ers, Magic, Hornets, and Heat. Of course, the Milwaukee Bucks are out of it. News on the Milwaukee Bucks. We saw it coming, man. And especially with the reports towards the end of the season about what happened in the Milwaukee Bucks locker room, the meetings, etc. Doc allegedly saying, y'all better Google me. I took teams to the championship. That was back in 2008 or so or whatever. Doc Rivers would no longer be the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. There's no telling what's going to happen to Giannis. I believe this is the sign of the times. I think Giannis will not be a Milwaukee Buck. It's going to be interesting when the contract extension is put before him. Is he going to sign or is he going to say it's time? I think the Milwaukee Bucks are forcing his hand. With Doc Rivers no longer being there, I think there were reports about him being an advisor in the organization. Hey, man, just cut bait. I know Doc Rivers is a Marquette great. He has ties, obviously, to Milwaukee. But at this juncture, I think he needs to cut bait. We need a fresh, clean start with everything. I would even say a horse needs to go. I think we just need a clean slate, period. But we're going to keep Horace because of the contract extension that he just signed. But I think it's time to trade Giannis, get some picks, start fresh with a brand new head coach, develop the players. Coach AG, he developed players while he was there. It seemed like it was starting to kind of work out, even though their defense was still a struggle, but things were working. The players were being developed. Didn't happen under Doc Rivers necessarily. One can argue about Rollins and a couple other players. Okay. But we need the development of young talent. What say you, Danny, about the Eastern Conference and the firing of Doc Rivers?
Well, Jason, I think all of these series should be pretty good on paper. The play-in tournament starts tomorrow night, and it starts with the Hornets and Heat. Well, that game is who loses, they're out. They don't get another shot.
Hmm?
And the Hornets are playing pretty good ball right now. So this could be a major step for their program, man. If they can get this win, at least make it to the next round to get those players some experience. It's not full on playoff, but it's a pressure situation, right? And then Sixers Magic, same thing, good matchup. And then you look at that first round with Hawks Knicks, contrasting styles, where that could go either way. I think that addition of CJ McCollum to the Hawks was a sneaky move, man, that the Hawks did, because that gives them some veteran leadership going into the playoffs. And he's been playing well. We'll see how the Hawks and Knicks pan out. And then with the Raptors Cavaliers, that's another one, man. Raptors snuck in, got into the 5 spot, and I think they can be a headache for the Cavaliers. Great matchups, and we'll talk about the West in a minute. And then on the Doc Rivers front, Jason was in the same boat, man. I thought it was time for Doc to go. And it's just now it's like daily with the Bucks with something Giannis says, or like today, Giannis was quoted as saying he was shocked that Doc Rivers was fired. It's just one thing after another. Last week was, Giannis wanted to play with his brothers. The Bucks said, no, you're not cleared. So yeah, this is ending on a bumpy road, man, for both parties, and I'm curious to see what happens in the offseason. I believe Giannis will be gone too, and I agree, man. I think Doc can't stay in the organization. This is part of the reason they're in the position they're in right now because he was in that advisory role, and once they didn't feel comfortable with Adrian Griffin,
Mhm.
Doc stepped down from his advisory role. And if he was advising, Adrian Griffin was doing what AG was doing what he was saying. So nothing really changed. Start all over. And with Horace, I wish they could get rid of him too and just start anew. It's a new chapter and then build upon that. But now with Horace there, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, Doc, he was hinting at it, retirement and all stuff. But yeah, they got to let him just go. And then
Yeah.
now we'll see what the coaching search looks like in the offseason for them.
Danny, this playing tournament, I agree with you, is interesting. I'm going with the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, he can't play any defense, man. I'm going to Charlotte Hornets on that one. Hopefully, Coach Charles Lee can, advance. Former Buck assistant,
Mm-hmm.
head Bucks assistant. Would have been interesting to see what he would have been like as the Bucks head coach. Philly against Orlando. I'm leaning towards Orlando. I know Orlando has struggled, but Philly is without Joel Embiid. I think Orlando's on his last leg, head coaching position there too, quite honestly. So I think they'll fight. I think Orlando may prevail there. We'll see. This Knicks Hawks series is going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for for the Knicks, man. This one could go the full extent of the series, man. Cavaliers Raptors. Mm, I'm not as interested in that series, quite honestly. I think it's going to be a decent series. Cleveland Cavaliers just kind of disappoints me, man. Defensively.
Yes. And it's a big series for them, right? Because they made that move for Harden.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is the move that they hope puts them over the top because they've had some duds the last couple playoffs where they've had high expectations. So
Mhm.
Harden's is supposed to be that piece. Does he will them to victory?
Just as we talked about the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder, number one, Spurs number two, Nuggets number three, followed by Lakers, Houston, Timberwolves for the 4, 5, 6 seeds, respectively. Play-in tournament, Phoenix Suns at seven, followed by the Trailblazers, Clippers, and Warriors, and rounding out the top 10. This play-in tournament is going to be interesting. Phoenix against Portland. I actually kind of want to see Portland win this game to advance. Clippers against Golden State Warriors. That's an interesting one. I have a feeling the Clippers are going to get them, man. There's something about the Clippers that the Warriors, especially Steph, saves a little something extra for them. I can't call this one, man. That's going to be an interesting game. As far as Denver against the Timberwolves to start in the first round, that's going to be a full series right there. Lakers Rockets. Look, man, Lakers are hurt, decimated
Mm-hmm.
by injuries with Luca and Reeves. Rockets going to probably end up winning that one.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to your Lake show, but it's going to be interesting the off season to see what happens to LeBron. I mean, I think LeBron's going to stay. I don't see nobody else picking him up. What say you about the Western Conference?
Jason Nuggets, Timberwolves, that 3-6. They don't like each other.
Mm-mm.
So that
I'm
always
watching
makes
that
this.
series. That's a
They've
series
met,
I'm watching right
yeah.
there.
And this is a big series, I think, for Anthony Edwards, man. I think this is a prove it series because he's had some moments in the playoffs, but against Jokic and Jamal Murray, can he carry his team to beat the Nuggets? That's gonna be. I agree, man. 6 or 7 games for sure, unless something drastic happens that I'm not aware of, like earlier in the series. Rockets, Lakers. Yeah, Lakers are decimated. Sounds like Luka's gonna try to get back to this, but what is he gonna be? What kind of shape he's gonna be in? Do they even risk it, man? With a hamstring, grade two, just sacrifice it. Clippers, Warriors, that play in. Kawhi and them, I thought they were gonna be in the eighth spot. So for them to end up in this spot right here is tough, man, because I wanted to see both of these teams actually make it from the Kawhi Steph perspective, especially with Steph getting older and barely
Mhm.
hanging on. So one of them is gone off the rip, and I can see Kawhi and them. This may be a series or a game they get, but like you said, Steph has burnt the Clippers in the past, and then Suns Trailblazers. Suns play great defense, but it'll be nice to see Drew Holiday in that squad. Some of those younger players get some experience. Uh, but it's going to be a tough game. So the NBA has a nice setup here, man.
Mhm.
If these games and series play out as we're talking about it, you're going to have some pretty good matchups throughout. So now it's just a matter of see what happens, and the action starts tomorrow night on Amazon Prime. For those of you wondering.
And just as we're talking about the playoffs, Danny, I think it's worth stating that these teams that did not make it into the playoffs or the play-in tournament, or even some of the teams that already solidified spots, hey man, this tanking thing has got to stop. I think there was a report of over 100 players not playing due to illness or being injured. Come on, man. This is not even the last game. This is the second to the last game. And I think there was an article out there that reported, I think back the last game of the season, it was between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. They went through their starting lineups. Everybody, all the stars played. The very last game, they already secured the spots. Are you kidding me? And they went through the number of minutes that each one of the players played. Regular minutes, 40 plus, 39, 38 minutes. Last game of the season, the superstars. So something's got to be done with regards to this tanking, man. I remember back in the day, I remember it was wanted to see AI.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen him live. I still haven't seen him live, but this was my opportunity to go see him live against the Pacers. And so I was like, okay, I get a chance to see one of the greats. He didn't play because it was the end of the season. They already secured their spot,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, they didn't want him to get injured. I wish I would have probably have seen him earlier in the season because, yeah. So I say all this to say these last like 2, 3 games, it's like, why even go?
Yeah.
The NBA has a problem, and it's gonna be interesting how they solve the problem or the recommendations that comes up. Because something's got to happen. I heard about everybody gets the shared equal value or number of ping pong balls for the lottery, or you change the number of ping pong balls depending upon. I mean, there's a lot of different options out there or recommendations out there, but it's time for the NBA to do something about this because this is ridiculous. Heard about they need to start the season earlier, so that way they can remove the back games. I heard maybe start the season a little bit later, so that
Mm-hmm.
way they can have a full off season or full preseason. So there's just a whole lot of recommendations out there, and I don't know, man. Something's got to be done. And now, Danny, on to the Masters and where Rory McIlroy goes ahead and wins it again, back to back. First time since Tiger has done it. Did it in uh, grand fashion. I mean, interesting fashion, especially the third round where he had like a 6 shot lead going into Saturday. Gave it up, got it back in the fourth. I mean, it was just a whole lot going on, especially in that final round. But Rory goes ahead and does it, shooting 12 under, winning by 1 shot. The Justin Rose, man, keep pushing, keep challenging, keep going. Justin Rose was in the mix, actually took the lead at one point and then gave it up. And Justin Rose, he was backup or second place winner, or second or third place winner last year. And so he's right there. He is right there, man. And when he got in the lead, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a second, we got something here. But Rory goes ahead and does it, man. Same Scheffler um came all the way back, man, on the weekend. I mean, he challenged for winning the tournament, but again, Rory goes ahead and does it. What say you, Danny, about the Masters golf tournament?
Yeah. Yesterday was a wild finish for all. If you watched, a number of players were in contention. Rory started off the day 12 under, and then he went to 9 under, and that's where Justin Rose actually went to 12 under.
Hmm.
And if you, there were a lot of putts missed.
A lot of them. A
I
lot of
mean, like, I think Scheffler had one. It was probably,
them. Oh,
it was probably like 5 centimeters. I mean, it went in. It was right there. So the putters failed a lot of the contenders. Where if they make these putts, put a little more pressure on Rory, as we saw in 18 what he did. It was kind of like last year. It was very
it was.
similar to what happened last year, where it got tight. It didn't go to an over extra holes, but I was like, oh. But
Listen, when he missed it,
yeah,
but he got down on his knees and started crying because he started winning. I was like, man, you better not start crying now because this thing is still not over with, man. I remember
yep,
what Kobe said. Kobe said the job not finished
exactly. And
until the zeros are all on the clock.
yep,
Until it's 4-3, we got four. Hey, in the series, hey, job not finished.
yep. That's why I always say as a Falcons fan, Jason. Until I see zeros, there's no W on the clock, especially with the Falcons. But yeah, it was Justin Rose had an opportunity for eagle. I think it was what, hole 15 or 16. The one where he went for it and
Mhm.
he had a great opportunity, man. He ended up parring the hole. And so he just couldn't get a break. He just fell apart in that back nine. Scheffler made a crazy comeback,
Mhm.
but he was one short. He just dug himself too far down to make that ultimate comeback. So great tournament. He gets his second green jacket, and now we'll see what happens next year. But Justin Rose, man, that was tough. That was
Mhm.
a tough nine to watch because he was right there. He had it and let it go again.
And Danny, just to kind of circle back on some basketball, the WNBA, they have their draft tonight. And so kudos to the ladies of the WNBA. A lot has changed. It's happening. I'm seeing contracts now over $1 million happening.
Mhm.
A lot of that's due to the new CBA agreement with or between the players and the WNBA. But again, WNBA has their draft this evening. What say you?
Well, Jason, just want to see who's going to be picked number one by the Wings. Is it going to be Fudd, which is rumored to be? I know Olivia Miles. She'll be one of the top picks. Lauren Betts from UCLA. Flage, where she end up? Raven Johnson. So there's a lot of names. If you watch the tournament here or just follow these ladies over their college careers at these major programs, there'll be a lot of recognizable names. This is their day to celebrate. So we'll see what the order looks like and who picks who. One major thing too, Angel Reese got traded to Atlanta to the Dream. So see what happens there. Sound like the people of Chicago are bashing the GM and that franchise because they're just flailing right now. Good luck to all the ladies tonight.
And Danny, just a little bit of baseball news. Kristen Yelich seems to be hurt. Hamstring seems to be the injury, tightness there. Brewers started off well, but has since gotten swept, and they are sitting right now in the four position of the NL Central. Only one game back, but we've always said, man, you got to win 2 out of 3. That's the marker, in my opinion. 2 out of 3. The Brewers just, I don't know, man. They just don't have the firepower, the pitching power. It'll be good to see Jackson Chourio when he comes back from injury, to put a little
Mm-hmm.
spark into the lineup. and it would be good to have Yelich. But at the same token, this to me is the reason why you need another bat. Christian Yelich just has gotten hurt too often, in my opinion. Pitching staff, mediocre. We'll see. What say you, Danny, about these Milwaukee Brewers?
Tough, man. The 2 out of 3 thing, yes, that's the moniker, but you can't get swept at home. That's the thing. To the Nationals, I know the Nationals are playing decent right now, but come on, man. Nationals came in hot from a series, but you can't get swept by the Nationals. So that was inexcusable. It was just up and down. Bats were cold. They had a pretty good game yesterday because it was 8-6, but nothing came out of it. So now we got the Blue Jays coming into town.
Yeah.
And that's no slouch of a team. So let's see if they can get back on the winning track, because our last show, they're in first place. Now they're tied for third with the Cardinals. But these are the games, man, these series you look back upon, and it's like, oh, man, we got swept by the Nationals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
not only that, but hopefully the Blue Jays continue to be mediocre. Right now, they're 6-9. They got blown out against the Dodgers, probably still World Series hangover.
Yep.
And everything, but they're probably going to want to take it out on somebody. And so this is going to be an interesting series, because had we beaten the Dodgers, we would have played the Blue Jays.
Yep.
At the same token, it would not have been probably a series like the Dodgers Blue Jays series, man. That series was wicked, man. I think I still say I think that is probably the best World Series I've ever seen. I mean, there's been some other ones, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Some can say the Twins and Braves. Some can say, between the Cubs and Cleveland, whatever the case may be. But, man, that series right there, I think, brought people back to baseball.
Agree. So we'll see what they do tomorrow.
We'll see. Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.